Welcome to Java Express channel. Today we are going to discuss how to create virtual private cloud in AWS. Hands on I will show you the real how it will be real time example in if you take any IT industry how they will configure. I will show you how to do that part. Before watching this video, please watch my previous video why VPC is required, what is the importance, what are the challenges we overcome in order to create the VPC. I given some steps in the previous section. We wrote around 6 steps we wrote. By using these steps we'll create a VPC in AWS. Let's start. First I can make create a VPC name. It has a Wipro. First how I can go for that VPC dashboard. Just if you log in your AWS, okay, just click on North Virginia. Okay, now go and type here VPC, just isolated cloud resources. Just click this VPC. Okay, the dashboard will look like in this way. Okay, now you created this region, right? It is giving the status, current status is providing Amazon EC2, the service is operating normal, there is no issue in that region. Okay, if you see here a number of resources by the region specific. Now this is VPC dashboard. If you want to create the new VPC, in the first tab your VPC, click here. First step you need to do, if you see here VPC, subnet, routing tables, internet gateway, all options will be here only. Just click. There is some internet issue. Let me refresh. Sorry, it is asking sign in. How to enable this multi-factor authentication? I already explained the fundamentals. You go through once. If you want to enable to provide the more security, you can do that FMA also. It's better to use, suggested to use FMA. Okay, if someone knows the password also, they can't log in without 6-digit code. Okay, we'll come to the picture here. Here your VPCs, when you create, if you see here create VPC, okay, click create VPC. Here you need to provide the name tag and IP address. As I said already, you need to allocate a IP address range. Okay, the name I want to give, what we name, Wipro VPC. Okay, I am giving the same name, Wipro VPC. Okay, see IPv4 and IPv6. Assume now IPv4 address range you are providing. What we are planning, we planning to give this IP address. Okay, go and click here. Now it is okay, no issues. Either you want to give in this way also. If you want to allocate 0.0.0 by 8, if you given here 16 lakh IP addresses, it will be allocated to you. I mean that many machines you can create, it will give you. So I don't want that many, so I want to give this I want to give. Okay, why? Because I need to create my subnets also, right? So IP address not enough, so in that case, so that's why I'm providing in this way. Okay, and tenancy give the default, no need to give, just create the VPC. So your VPC is created. This is your VPC ID. Okay, if you want, we will take the backup this VPC. Anyway, that is not required. Why? Because we given as a name, right? Just I'm giving that VPC name. Just close. Okay, in the region specific, here you don't have any option providing availability zone, right? If you go for the diagram, region specific, I created one VPC. If you see here, this whole thing, first step is done now. Okay, now this one is done. I allocated this one also, this is also done. Now the second step is I need to create subnets. Okay, create subnets and enable auto assign. Okay, before going to that, this step is done. Now I need to see enable DNS names on VPC. Where you can go, click on Wipro, and if you see here actions, there is okay, click edit DNS host names. If you click here, you need to enable this one. If you won't enable, you won't get IP address. Okay, if you enable DNS names, you will get. Okay, DNS host names updated, close. So first step is done. This step is done. Okay, next we need to create subnets. Okay, how I can create subnet? Go here, left side, first step is done. Now go for click on subnets. Okay, now click on create subnet. Okay, you can provide your tag name you want to give, right? So what you want to give the subnet? Wipro hyphen. Why I'm giving as a Wipro or some names, then you can easily identify this VPC and this subnet related to which company or which like that you can configure. Visibility will be there, right? So which one I want to create now? Web servers I want to create. I'm giving as a web servers. Okay, when this is root is your VPC, subnet is a child, so you need to configure under which VPC you want to configure. Click on Wipro VPC, recently we created, right? Click next. Availability zone, this web servers in which availability zone is required. Now we are assuming in 1B, 1C and we can say 1D. If you want here, you can create your here also. We given in this way. Okay, now which availability zone? Here you can preference, you can give this IP address, which availability zone you want to give. If you go for here US 1 East 1B, I'm giving this part. Okay, this is your this many IP address, so you can allocate your IP address range. 16.20 is the common for every IP address, so here bits will be changed. Here 1 is also common for this web servers, 0/24. Okay, and click create. So your subnet is created. This is your subnet ID. Okay, this is your subnet ID. Next step is DB servers. You need to enable auto assign IPs also, right? Now you created only one subnet, still we need to create two more subnets. I can give the filter. If you want to give here Wipro, I'm giving as a Wipro web servers I got. Now you need to enable IPs, right? Modify auto assign IP settings, click on IPv4 and save. This step is done. Now I need to create one more subnet. Now Wipro, I need to create DB servers. Section step is DB servers, right? DB servers, and you need to click your VPC, Wipro VPC, and I want to give availability zone as 1C, as here we given as US 1C, right? So I am giving as 1C, and you need to allocate your IP address range. Here this one is using, this is a 2 star, so you can copy paste this part. Okay, now create subnet. So this is my subnet. Now I got my subnet ID. Next, still you want to create one more subnet and enable modify auto, not this one, so DB servers, right? Enable this option also. Still I want to create one more subnet. Wipro, and one more thing what we need, app servers. I want to create app servers and click on Wipro VPC, and availability zone is 1D. If you see in this region we have 6 availability zones. I am giving one availability zone as 1D. So here, go here and just copy paste this IP address range. Okay, click on create. This is my subnet ID. So this step is done. Close. You need to add your IP address, modify auto assign. So not this one, app servers, right here. Click save option. Okay, when I say 255 IP address you can generate, some 4 IP address AWS will use for internal purpose to create in a network, like few things it will be used. If you see here, this is my IPv4 range. Okay, here available IPs are 251, 251, 254. Under which availability zone you are given? 1C, 1B and 1D. Okay, based on availability zone I am giving BCD alphabetical order. This is our routing table. I will explain, we will go through that part. Now you created your subnets. Next, this part is done, second part is done. Next, 2 steps we completed already. Okay, next, third step is create internet gateway and attach to VPC. How to create internet gateway? First step is done, second is done. Now go for internet gateway. Okay, here there is option create internet gateway. Click and give just a name. You want to give whatever weight you want to give, you can give. Okay, so I make it as a Wipro internet gateway, maybe shortcut as IGW. Okay, just this is my internet gateway ID. If you see here, I created, but I need to attach to your VPC, right? But how it will be now? And I forgot to add one more point. For one VPC, only one gateway it will be there, not more than that. Okay, each VPC has one gateway. Okay, now we need to attach. If you see here, it's a detached state, so I need to attach to my VPC. Click here, right click, there is a attach VPC. You want click on the right side, there is attached to VPC. Here it will show your Wipro VPC. Why? Because previously I created one HCL VPC, I already attached to other different gateway. So here availability is only this Wipro. Click given and attach. Now your gateway is also ready. Now it is attached, right? So this step is also done. Still we have few options, and use default routing table and add subnets to it. Okay, means these subnets you created, we have a routing table. I will show you where the routing table is available. Now here if you click on the routing tables, this is the routing table. This is just if I see, I created with Wipro, right? Just when I click the Wipro, you will get the one routing table. See, this is my Wipro VPC routing table. I can make it name Wipro routing table. Okay, now you can drag if you want to show. Okay, this is your routing table. If you see here, we have an option summary and routes. Okay, if you see here, this is a destination. Default one routing is available, as I said. First we'll see use default routing and add subnets to it, right? First I will add the subnets, then I will explain why this routing is required. Click on the subnet associations. Okay, under this Wipro VPC we have 3 subnets available, right? these three subnets, following subnets have not been explicitly associated with any routing tables, therefore not associated with the main routing table. That means if you want to communicate these two, we need to attach your subnets. Why? Because for this one, suppose allocating for IP address as 16.21.55, this is 57. If you want to communicate, you need one a routing. Okay, if you click that routing, there is a default is there. If outside we, these all subnets you need to attach, right? 1 2 3, we created 3, right? App servers, DB servers, so it will come through this gateway. We need to tell, inform to that gateway, right? Click on edit subnet association, select all and save. See here, for this routing table I added 3 subnets. My all subnets are linked. If you wanted 007, 08 and 0F, if you see 08, 007, 0F, these 3 subnets are linked to my VPC. Okay, now if I want to communicate these two, default given by the AWS, right? This is a local, this is my destination, my all IP addresses will start in this range, and this is my target local, both will be communicate via this routing. But if you think, if my system from your home, you want to connect this VPC through this gateway, you need to connect, you need to allow here like this. If you want to come in, you want to enter entry, you need some router is configuration is required. That routing here we are providing. Click edit routes. Okay, click add route. Here what I'm doing, I'm giving anyone can access. I can give like that 0.0.0.0/0. When I say any IP can enter into my the VPC. Okay, and click on, here we have lot of gateways are there. I'm explaining one internet gateway. Click on internet gateway, it will available Wipro internet gateway. By because we created already gateway at previous step, right? So I'm linking to that routing. Okay, if anyone wants to come from here to via here, okay, come via this gateway. I'm explaining in that way. That means any system can allow. Save the routes. Routing successfully edited. Close. Now your routing is also completed. Now this is the gateway outs up. If IP address start with this one, it will use this routing target. This is the routing table, it will be use this routing. Apart from 1620, if any IP will come, it will use this routing. Okay, 2 routings we given. This is the default one, this is we attached. So this step is also done. This is my step, default routing table and add subnets to it, this step. Now one more we need to attach. Okay, this is default. Configure router towards internet gateway so VM can send the traffic outside the VPC. This is the step I done this part. Okay, just for your understanding I'm giving, this is the part, and this is means it's a local routing, default available. Okay, default available, and we need to do this step. Now 5 steps are done. Now the last step we are doing, we need to deploy our virtual machines in 1B and 1C. In 1B, which one I given, so the IP address will be there in this range only. If I create any virtual machine, IP will allocate this range only. We will cross check why is it really allocating or not. And a second VM, when I say 1C, in 1C which IP address we given, this IP address we given, the range will be. If I want to communicate these two, how I can communicate? If suppose if you won't give this, okay, these two will communicate, but you want to first connect one machine, right? For that purpose only we given this is the traffic. Suppose if you don't give this one, you can't enter inside your virtual machine itself. Okay, so now quickly we'll create a virtual machine. This step is done, and hope this step is also done. Now the last step, first virtual machine. How you will want to go? VPC subnet routing gateway. Click on AWS resources. Now you want to type, you can type EC2, otherwise you can see the recently visited websites also. If you use any service, it will show you history, right? Now I'm in this region. Now you created VPC also. Now create launch instance. This is the launch instance. If any running, I have 2 is already running. Launch instance. Okay, I am taking Amazon Linux 2 AIM. What is AIMI? These all already explained in my previous section. Please watch if you are new to the AWS. Just I am clicking the free tile. I am clicking the EBS. That means if you deploy an application, if you reboot, still application will be there. If you use in selected in different, then application will be a loss. It's like a elastic block store. Next I need to configure. If you see here, number of instances, if I given as a 5 in one region, it will create the 5 virtual machines based on upon your data center. This is my network. Okay, I need to click which VPC. Here Wipro VPC, and if you see here, when I created 3 availability zones I given, right, 1B 1C, so it should display these 3 availability zones here. If you click here, see 1D 1C and 1B. How many IP addresses? 251 we saw in the previous, right? So what you want to create now? In 1B you want to create. If I click 1BC, okay, this is what web servers. Okay, and click on auto ascend. By default it will be enabled, no issues. Keep it everything as default options, and there is a network interface. IP will be assigned order, so you need not to change anything except these 3. Click add storage. Default 8 GB will be there. Up you want to 30 GB, you can use a free tile limit. It's a general SSD. Yes, this is not encrypted one. Click add next tags. So I want to give a name here, first VM. Okay, you can say it's a dev. For development purpose or testing purpose, you can use the tagging. First VM test. Security group. Okay, here you given your IP address, right? Anyone can allow. If you want to restrict here which IP you want to go exactly, you can restrict here. As of now I am creating new security group. Instead of using the default, I will create Wipro security group. Wipro security group. Okay, you want to allow SSH or anything, you can add. Now as of now, what I will do, I will give the all traffic. When I say all traffic, everyone from any system you can access. Okay, this is a custom any IP address. If you want to restrict, you can restrict. That means all traffic in the sense, I will explain this one. We will do deep dive on the security group also. As of now I am allowing everything here. If you want to add, you can do all traffic. Okay, just give me some description, review and launch. So these all things whatever you given as of now, information will be displayed. Create launch instance, and if you want to create existing pair, you can use. If you want to create the new pair, click new pair and give the name and download. I already have a pair, just I'm using the same thing, private key. Even this is also explained in my previous section. If you don't understand, please go through that video and please watch that video. Okay, as of now I'm using existing key pair. If you want to give, you can give. Okay, click on launch instance, security groups, everything. Now instances are launching. View instances. In the meanwhile, I will create one more instance. Why? Because this step is done. Okay, now I want to create one more VM inside 1C. Okay, quickly go through once. Same, just here I'm adding my Wipro VPC. Here the availability zone, which one you want to use. Last time we given as a web server some IP address range. Now I will give my second one 1C. If you click on the 1C, this is my DB servers. Okay, all options are default options, you no need to change anything. This is also new. You want to take, this is your second VM. Okay, here you can give test and security group. Previously we created one security group, right? I will use the same Wipro security group. I'm attaching that group. All port, all ranges will go review and launch. Just it is giving warning, no issues. Now go and click on the launch. I'm using the same key, private key even. If you lost this key, you can't log in inside your virtual machine, so please keep it safe, this one. If you don't have, create new virtual machine and use the same key for every EC2 instances. Click launch instances. Okay, this one is also done. Now this part is done. Hope everyone understood up to this part. Now I need to log in this VM and this VM. I need to see how the IP address range will be there. These are all related to subnets, that means private IPs, not public IPs. Okay, public IP will give by the AWS. Okay, that is why we enable DNS names on the VPC and enable auto assign IPs. Okay, your all private networks, it will be in this range. Whether is it created this range or not, we will see now. Okay, now all virtual machines are created. Now I make it as, this is as a first VM. This one I make it as a second VM. Okay, these two created. Now I have a private key. I added my Wipro security group, everything right. Now click on the first VM. If you see here down, we have, this is DNS names. I already explained, either you need to log in with your username and IP, either it will be give DNS host names. This is why we are giving. This is my public IP given by the AWS for this particular instance. Okay, and if you see here the private IP, it is allocated in this range. Just go and check whether is this in this range or not. First VM. This is my one IP and there is one more VM, US East 1B. Okay, this is related to this IP and this one related to this IP. Okay, see, if you see, I started with 16.20 1.0 by 24 1.237. This is the common, only this one is changed. It is given as a 237 my IP. If the second VM, if you see, 43 is given. If you don't know, US East 1B, right? Names are given as a different. Let me change the names also. See, this is availability zone of US East 1B. Okay, this one I make it as a first VM, then I will make it as a, this is the first VM, and this I will make it as a second VM for your understanding. Okay, here availability zone. Okay, if you click on the second VM, this is 1C, this is 1B. 1B means this one on this IP address, where this is my IP address. Just will log in for both, communication is happening or not. This is my VPC ID, this is my subnet ID, This is my security group. Now these inbound rules, outbound rules I will explain in the next section. Now I will log in inside my box. Okay. First I will click the VM just to copy your IP address. Let me open terminal. If you are using the Windows, please watch how to log in the Windows is not like that much easy. Why? Because you downloaded like one private key, right? You need to convert into a Windows specific the key, then only you can log in. Once you do by using the putty tool, you need to convert, you need to do some setting. That also I explained in my previous section. If you know, then it's a good. If you take in the Linux or Unix, you no need to do any changes except you need to change the permissions. Okay. Now how I can do SSH, okay, secure socket shell, okay, SSH. Let me see my key is available or not. Yeah, my key is available, my private key. even if you see the permissions, only the read access should be there. If you have some other permissions, go and change this particular permission 0 chmod 400 private key. Just go and click on enter, it will go to this permission, then only you can log in into your inside your instance. Now SSH hyphen I, you need to give input as your private key, and by default this Linux machine have one username ec2 hyphen user at the rate. You need to provide your IP address. Where is my IP address? This is my IP address. I will make it here my public IP. Okay, this is, you can say, private IP. Okay, let me paste it here, click on enter. It will give yes or no, maybe you can type yes. Permanently added to the key. See, Amazon Linux to AMI. Now this is your private IP. If you want to communicate from US 1B to 1C by using this IP, you can communicate. Don't use hyphens like a IP how we given here. 16.20.1.237 I shown. This is my private IP. Okay, now I will log in that machine also. Okay, SSH hyphen I, I need to give my private key and ec2 hyphen user at the rate. You need to give your IP. Okay, click on second VM, copy this public IP. This is your public IP. Okay, click on enter. You give the yes. See, this is IP. If you see here, this IP is related to 16.20.243. You are customized, right? Whatever you want, you are customized this one based on your IP address range. This is the allocation 24. You want to change your IP, no need to give to a 1620 only. You can give any IP. You want to give some 4565 or 192.168, you can give whatever you want. That is a network host. This will be a common everywhere. Okay, now I want to check. Now VM is created and this second VM is created. Now I need to check the communication is happening or not. How to check communication? Check communication using the ping and ping from any VM in this way. Ping from any VM using private IP address. How you will do? Just ping and enter your IP address. Now if you are using this machine first VM, you can do okay, just will do. Now I am in the first box, right? Just go and type ping, enter this IP 16.20.2.43. If you ping here, see, you are reaching to internet gateway. You are able to do. If you want to check from here, you can do here communication. ping. I'm giving this IP 16.20 dot, where is IP, 1.237. see, you are able to communicate both IPs by using private IP. Okay, maybe assume this is like we created as a second VM. For what purpose? We created by 1C in the sense DB servers, one for app servers, one for DB servers. If you want to check whether the Google is working or not, clear, just ping www.google.com. this is a DNS name. See, you are able to reach here. Okay, now I will do small change in my routing table. Okay, so that really how you will, without internet gateway, are you able to reach to, are you able to connect the server or not, I will show you. Okay, just I'm exit from here. I will small change I will do for your understanding. Okay, here I will go to my VPC. We have one routing table, right? So 1B and 1C communication through private IP you are able to communicate. For these two, gateway is not required, routing table is there, right? Through from outside VP, if you want, through gateway you need to come. What I will do, I will go for the routing tables. Here in the edit routes, right, that local communication now is a ping that first VM to second VM, second VM to first VM. Now what I will do, I will delete this routing, I will save the routes. Okay, here if you go and log into the box, see, there is no routing from internet. There is no gateway, you not given configuration. Why? Because through gateway only you can log into this machine. So that's why the routing is very important. So go and add 0.0.0.0 by 0, just any IP. Here you need to give in your gateway. Through gateway only you can do. Click on gateway, save routes, close. Okay, now cancel, again login. See, you are able to log in inside AMI. So virtual private cloud is very important topic. If you don't if you feel any difficulty, please leave your comments with your questions. In the next tutorial I will explain few more concepts in EC2 instance. Okay, thank you guys. If you like this video, please like, share and comment and subscribe our channel. Thank you guys.